Anyway, game 1 of a best of 3 between First and Jwiz. First Killer, who is the new Scrub Killa, the NA Scrub Killa, because he's got Killer in his name. He's 12 years old, and he's pretty good at 1v1. I don't know if he's going to be able to find a regular or steady team in 3v3. It's the really difficult thing for players who are younger than 15, is that nobody really wants to team with you because you are sacrificing any chance of getting into RLCS because you've got a player who's underage. Of course, the RLCS age is 15 plus. Jwiz is old enough. I don't think he's I'm not 100% sure how old Jwizman is, but like I said before, he is currently in the RLRS, but I think he just got, well, he was in it for the first season, but I believe he's going to have to try and re-qualify for it because his team came 7th out of 8. And if I'm not mistaken, the RLRS top 4 stay in RLRS, but the bottom 4 have to try to re-qualify, the same as brand new teams. Somebody can check, correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Pretty sure it's like that anyway. But we've seen First Killer on stream once before. I think Jwiz has been on stream, but never for a 1v1, if I'm not mistaken. Again, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong about that. This should be a very close one. Jwiz is a player with lots of experience playing 1v1 series. He's played lots of 1v1 tournaments before. That's a great fake. Look at that. That is a brilliant mind game by Jwiz, man, to get his second goal of the game. Waited till right before he was about to hit the ball, then backflipped away from it. That was phenomenal stuff.
Do another dad versus dad, but with your dad.
With my dad. Oh my goodness, that's an interesting idea. Okay, well, maybe in the future. That's not a bad idea, Dabble. Thanks for the 420, by the way. I do appreciate that. And Tactical Pickles, thanks for the 5 months resub.
If we had made a baby when I first subbed, today it would be the length of a banana. Less than 3, boy.
There you go. Today I learned that 5 months into the pregnancy cycle, a baby is the length of a banana. I don't know if that's true. I would tend to expect that to be a bamboozle, since the place that I read it was Twitch chat. So Forky in chat, who is of course top NA 1v1 player himself, says he thinks Jwizman is top 5 1v1 players. Wow, do you just mean top 5 out of everybody, or top 5 NA? Because calling him top 5, like, just flat, that is a incredibly bold statement. Even calling him top 5 NA is a bold statement, I would say, to put Jwiz in your top 5. But you could make an argument, I think, for top 5 NA, because NA, yeah, top 5 NA is what Forky's saying. I think you can make an argument for that, because NA is a bit more, well, or rather, I'm gonna completely flip that sentence and said it's a bit less, you know, heavy at the top in terms of talent, because obviously in Europe you got so many players who are just legacy 1v1 gods at this point, and to come on stream and claim that you're a top 5 player would just be ridiculous in Europe in a debut performance. But Jwiz, you know, if you start to list off players in NA who are better than him in ones, you'd probably have to go with Lethamir, Dapper, Squishy. And then after you've done that, the list is kind of up to you. That's the point where it becomes a bit more whoever you want to put in your list, you could make a case for. And, you know, both these players could be, you can make a case for. There's other players that have been on stream, on my stream, that you can make a case for. There's players who even haven't been on my stream that you can make a case for. There's a lot of very solid players. What a shot by First Killer. Yeah, that's the first nice shot that Jwizman has given him in the game out of 3. Because First Killer here manages to convince Jwiz that he was going to shoot across the goal. And then he just stuck it in the near post top corner. But Jwizman, a very good player. I was very happy very happy that he was available today to get on stream. The thing that I want to do whenever I bring a new player onto stream is at least try and give a little bit of context for you guys, so that you can understand, you know, how good is this guy really playing. Because let's say that Jwiz comes on here and he wins 2-0 against First Killer, and this was also First Killer's debut. Everybody would think, oh, First Killer's just not on the same level as Jwizman. But since we've already seen First Killer beat Ty on stream, and then we've seen, of course, Ty win a couple of series on stream himself, that starts to show you guys that, you know, on their day, these guys really can take games and series off each other. It just depends who is playing better on the day. Good save by First Killer. This is what was really standing out to me when I watched him play versus Ty. His goalkeeping style is very similar to Scrub. He loves to get those clears into the back corner and then retake control of the ball. He doesn't like to get bullied into his own half. He likes to get these quick counter attacks. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people making their lists in, or a few people making their lists in chat. So I really do think that after seeing, you know, Squishy Dapper Lethamir, the NA becomes very, very hard to add anybody else in there. Lachinio in the past would have been out there, but after he took his break, he kind of fell off a little bit. And into a bit more of commentary. Nice shot there by First Killer. I was gonna say I'll try to focus for the final 90 seconds a bit more in this game. I've been talking a little bit, rambling about origins and species, but we do have a game here which Jay Wisman has been methodically winning. I wouldn't say anything different than that. He's just been very, very calmly and very controlled style, just dismantling First Killer in the midfield. There's a couple of times that he's put the ball past First Killer in net, and there's First Killer just going to put it way over Jaywiz. Jaywiz is a very aggressive move forward, which is not something he's been doing very often. He's not gone for heavy containment strategy, the good old K-dop method, where you just contain the opposition player deep into their own half. That's not what we've been seeing from Jaywiz this game. He's been going for more challenges in the halfway line area. There, and that's what we're seeing from him now. He's at least faking a challenge this time before backing off, and now we're going to see him move in to take the ball, but First Killer's landed on him. Jaywiz didn't see that one coming, and he's going to drop a what? He got Goomba Stomp. You notice here he tried to jump. There's his jump input right there, and then right afterwards he just gets told to sit down by First Killer, and it's all tied up. First Killer never giving up on this one. It was certainly a calculated landing by First Killer. I've got to say, I watched it both times from Jaywiz's perspective because it looked really funny, but even watching First Killer on the approach, clear to see that he meant to do that. Oh, Jaywiz with another good mind game though, and he's going to get his lead back. First Killer, over aggression, has punished him several times this game. Here's another instance where he just wants either the ball or Jaywizman. He wants one or the other. He essentially wants Jaywiz to keep driving that ball forward, and then he wants to demo. But that's so aggressive because, as we saw, if Jaywiz just hits the boost, or hits the brake, sorry, not the boost, then First Killer's going to fly straight by and leave his net open. So he's lost a tie game as soon as he got it. Another fake challenge from Jaywiz. This is what has been serving him so well this whole game. But again, he just gets beaten to the punch. I think he played this situation well. He got First Killer to pop the ball. Not sure if that was honestly the best touch that First Killer could have done, chipping the ball so far towards Jaywizman, but Jaywizman didn't react in time anyway. But I would say misplays by both players there, arguably. 7-all, and now the beamed flick by Jaywiz, but he's caught First Killer in the aftermath. And now First Killer drops to what? Jaywizman beans his flick, and then he accidentally... He actually turned his camera to face backwards after failing that flick, just because he was so frustrated. But First Killer got bumped by Jaywiz following through the challenge. That's incredibly lucky. Incredible luck for Jaywiz. And there's the backflip, the karma. Oh no. Well, maybe he just felt bad about winning the game with such a fortunate move. He's on the wall, and he backflips when he tries to fly center to intercept. 8-all. What a ridiculous game. It started off looking like a pretty standard 1v1. One player playing a little bit more controlled, a little bit more composed in the midfield, and the other player playing very aggressive, getting punished on this occasion. But then at the end of the game, it's just all completely changed. And it's not even going to go to overtime. First Killer drops the GG after flick of the game. But Jaywizman has got to be kicking himself. He had the game in the bag. He was up by 3 goals, lost that goal lead, got given a freebie by First Killer, lost that lead as well, accidentally bumped First Killer after failing a flick, And then he lost that lead and lost the game before it even went to overtime. That is a ridiculous amount of throws in one single game by Jaywiz. He's going to be kicking himself there. Let me very quickly put up the 1-0. I did say best of 3, and I'll stick to that because I just want to... sorry, let me just tab back in here. There we go. I'll be super tired if I try cast a best of 5 and it goes to 5 games. I'll be yawning, and I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to be yawning in a cast. It's just not fun for the viewer, not fun for me, not fun for you guys watching on YouTube, not fun for anybody. I want to be able to at least try my best and be awake for the entire cast. Anybody wondering why I did stream this late? It's just I was busy. I didn't stream earlier before RLCS because I was busy in the afternoon. And then, of course, RLCS NA was on until quite late. And this match took a little bit of time to schedule. But here we are. 2 kickoff goals. Never mind, just 1 kickoff goal. Jaywiz is punishing First Killer's lackadaisical shot. That's very careless by First Killer. A couple of subs have slipped through that I didn't thank. I'll get you guys at the end since we are into game 2 now. It's a good little dribble here by First Killer. Jaywiz getting completely done. It's got to be said. He didn't really come anywhere near to getting an interception there. But can Jaywiz forget that I'm going to call it a throw? I think really he did throw away that game. There was a couple of instances where he was just gifting First Killer goals by not challenging at the right times. After setting himself up for success, honestly, his midfield fake challenges have been good. They're causing First Killer to shoot from positions that he's not 100% comfortable in, but that doesn't seem to matter if you can find the net like this. Jaywiz forces First Killer way out wide, but look at that angle shot. Just grazes the underside of the crossbar on the way in. It's a phenomenal strike by the youngster. Oh no, we're in director camera. There we go. Fixed. Or ranks are First Killer and Jaywiz. I think Jaywiz is something like 30th and First Killer is something like 15th. But the ranks don't really mean much at the moment because it is so close to the start of the new season. That shot has quite a lot of bite on it, and it might go all the way. It has gone all the way, but it's not gone all the way in. Had the pace, but not the accuracy. Jaywiz with a booming clear. Has the open net. Can he find the angle? Yes, he can. Secures the open net for the tie game. First Killer, I don't hate that he went up for this shot, but I do think he should have kept that shot a little bit more under control. Tried to maybe paddle the ball in with the underside of his car. Take the pace off the ball, because of course taking 50-50s with the goalkeeper in front of the opposition net is going bad in pretty much every situation for the attacker unless the ball somehow finds its way directly into the net off the ceiling or something. Jaywiz gets revenge for the overtime winning goal that First Killer had. First Killer asking if Jaywiz is getting lag. He is spiking. Jaywiz is not lagging, and he is also East Coast. It's worth noticing. Oh, I keep putting on director camera by mistake. So hopefully that doesn't cause too much problems for First Killer. I'm pretty sure that would have been a goal regardless. That flick was very, very well done by Jaywiz. And that's a very good 50-50. He's done well to come out not only on top of the contest, but finding the net in the process. Great challenge by Jaywiz. Goal side, even uses First Killer's car there to get a better angle. This looks like Jaywiz's series. If he can just avoid that hesitation that he had at the end of game 1, it looks like he's not interested in a repeat of that. Oh, that's a huge miss by First Killer. Jaywiz's control is quite lacking though. He didn't get a fast first touch, but he's got the bump on the First Killer. He scored First Killer's car and the ball with one move. Flicks it, and then there's the follow through. First Killer says, can we remake after? I'll tell him yes, because of course we can. First Killer again, he might have hit the ball on his screen. This is probably why he's wanting a remake. But as we can see from the replay, it was a clean bump by Jaywiz. He's gone for a high pop. I do like this. So there is an option to follow up, an option to go for the bump again if he wants to. He's gone for the bump, but it gets saved this time. Lots of options there for Jaywiz after flicking it high to the backboard. Just a slow flick. There's no danger of that ball ever going in directly, because goalkeeper first killer's caliber is easily going to have time to react to the shot. But that's not what Jay Wisman is trying to do. He's just trying to pop the ball high over the goal, force first killer to get up and waste a boost. Oh, that's a great pass by by Jay Wisman. Of course, not what he meant to do. He's given himself the great pass. That is certainly the correct response to this situation. Well played by Jay Wiz. He's, of course, trying to cut it a little bit less harshly than that. Pick up the back boost and then turn more. Asking to remake, making me edit more. Jump cuts are hard. Well, it's actually not going to be edited at all. I'm probably just going to, upload this straight from Twitch. So apologies if that is not up to your guys' standards. But my editor has actually been busy this weekend, so he wasn't available. Well, he won't be available to edit this one. I'll just have to straight upload it from Twitch to YouTube. Make a highlight the good old-fashioned way. So I guess if this does end up being 2-0 to first killer, then I need to I'll just watch the replay of game 2 just as a spoiler shield. That's the only way that we could do it. I could just, talk to you guys from the main menu for 5 minutes, but then if somebody just, hovers their mouse over the button, they'll see that it's not a game for the final 5 minutes. It's just main menu AMA with chat. 1 goal in it. Jay Wisman is looking more aggressive. I like this. He is looking a lot more confident with his contests. That's really where it all fell apart for him at the end of the last game. Oh, good play by first killer to completely surprise Jay Wisman. Coming off the back wall, Jay Wiz did not think first killer had another touch, but he absolutely did. And then Jay Wiz has doinked it in the wrong direction. And all that is going to do is give first killer an open net, which he will never miss. Back to the 100 shares jogs den. Appreciate it, Hen. I didn't even realize it was going to rhyme there when I started that sentence. Not a bad rebound attempt by Jay Wiz. He left ball cam off the entire time there just so he could spy on what first killer was doing. He knew he was probably getting to the ball first. And by he, I mean himself. Jay Wisman will absolutely feel like this game was his to win as well as the last. Because he had that lead. And any game where you have the lead and then you lose it, you always feel like it was you that threw the game rather than your opponent that lost it. Did first killer center that ball? That's a little bit unfortunate, but also a little bit silly to clip the ball like that. 1 goal up for Jay Wiz. Oh my goodness, what was that? Well, speaking of lag, oh my goodness, Jay Wisman has 1,000 ping. Well, if there's ever a reason to remake, it would be this. Jay Wiz has 988 ping. Misses the kickoff by a mile. Looks like it's stabilized. He's Jay Wiz. I'm not sure if first killer noticed that Jay Wiz just drove to Africa. But he just decides to score anyway. Probably feels like he deserved that one after lagging earlier, but this is just merciless. Of course, I'm checking Jay Wiz's ping is back to normal, everybody. This was just a bad decision to go for the boost. First killer has said that he didn't see the lag. So now we're going to see, is there honor? Is first killer going to give Jay Wisman a goal? Let's see. Because yes, he is. There we go. So it was just he didn't see him. He didn't see Jay Wiz lagging. All is right in the world. I don't force these players to do that. That's like voluntary good sportsmanship from first killer. I wouldn't give him 2 goals. Like I think the 1 goal is perfectly fine. 2 goals. The second goal was just Jay Wiz being a bean and going for boost when he shouldn't. Just to clarify. Ping is still fine though for AJ. It's a good shot from first. Not much that Jay Wiz can do here. After flipping away from the ball, that was the mistake. He really did give first killer so much space to play with. I think the dodging away from that ball as early as he did was certainly a misplay. Should have stuck around a little bit. Try to force first killer to use both of his jumps to go up in the air, because when players do that, then of course they can't dodge into the shot. Oh my goodness, it's just brutal. These shots from first killer are really hard to stop. They're happening so quickly off the bounce. Look at that angle. Jay was completely caught off guard. That's a great shot. But like I was saying, from that kickoff, what Jay Wiz did wrong to give first killer the lead in the first place is he dodged away early enough. Is that just another great shot? It is. This is just ridiculous shooting. It's too good. Now, can I finally finish my point, first killer? Or are you just going to keep on slamming it in the top bin? Goodness me. It was actually J-Wiz that slammed it in the top bin, arguably. But yes, if the ball goes up high on kickoff, and one player is clearly going to win the race to it, should both players go, you have to remember that your opposition probably has at most 20 boost to work with, so he's not going to be able to fly up extremely high and then do a dodge shot from the air. So just by sticking around a little bit longer, J-Wiz could have not dodged away from the center, forced First Killer to use both of his jumps just to guarantee that he would win the race to the ball, because of course if J-Wiz is faking that he's going to stick around, then First Killer might think, oh, J-Wiz is going to go for this, I've got to use both my jumps. That would have been the correct play. But that is not what happened. And what did happen is First Killer just came back really strong and finished off the game with some phenomenal ground shooting. Good games by both. What we're gonna do is we're gonna save this replay and then click view now. This is just gonna be a spoiler shield for YouTube. I want there to be a what do you call it? I want there to be a game on for the next 5 minutes or so, because if I don't do this, then some YouTube viewer might get spoiled. But this is just going to be GG's. I guess I could wait. I'll update the score just in case anybody's confused. But that is GG's. First Killer took it 2-0. I think J-Wizman had control at the start of both games, but he just threw it away. He just did not keep that composure. Stay consistent long enough. Certainly a couple of weaknesses in First Killer's gameplay. Over-aggression in game 1, and in game 2, I think a little bit cockiness. He was, going for some plays he perhaps shouldn't have. Of course, those two things go hand in hand, but over-aggression sometimes isn't due to cockiness. It's just due to, sometimes overconfidence, sometimes just somebody wanting to play fast. There's lots of things that can lead to over-aggression in Rocket League. But cockiness is a bit more specific. When I see somebody just, trying to roll in a shot slowly when they could have just boomed it to guarantee the goal, that's, to me, just 100% silly. Of course, it's different from when a player will roll it in slowly. It's deliberately stopping it on the goal line and just to waste time in the clock when they're already winning and they know that the opponent is in Africa spinning on their backside. Scrub Killer versus First Killer. I know a lot of people want to see that. We'll try and keep a mixture of players on stream. What I think about Squishy using the Proteus against NRG, totally fine. All cards are viable. If they had lost that game, I'm sure that Ghost fans would be thinking, oh, Squishy threw, but it's whatever. It might even be a mind game by Squishy just to try and tilt NRG. By the way, I'll take this time to say thanks to Jack Westover for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Preanch for the 6-month resub. Welcome back. And Preanch, or rather Metal Chain 2 for the Tier 1 Subtober sub. Welcome. I really appreciate that support, guys. Wait, who I was trying. Length of video tells you J-Wiz can't come back. Yeah, if I don't leave a gameplay backdrop spoiler shield-ish thing, then people who watch this on YouTube will not know, or they'll know that J-Wiz lost game 2, and that'll spoil game 2 for them early. This First Killer stream, I've got absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. What do I think about Lethamyre's team's chance at LAN? Really wanted to be rewarded. It's a really, they've got a good chance. What's going to happen is NRG are probably going to beat Ghost. That's a great goal by J-Wiz. NRG are probably going to beat Ghost in the playoffs. Ghost are obviously likely to beat FlyQuest. Then NRG versus Ghost. That is a huge game. Absolutely huge game. I'm fully expecting Rogue to beat FlyQuest in the lower bracket. But then NRG versus Ghost. Massive. Because I think if Ghost don't win there, I wouldn't put money on them against Rogue either. I think that Rogue are going to come back strong from beating FlyQuest. And if they do face Ghost in that match, I think I could see Ghost tilting there. So, but if Ghost do beat NRG, I think NRG will still make it in. So that's my playoff prediction 1 week in advance. Is it next week? Is the playoffs next week or is it in 2 weeks? I'm not actually sure. Have they even announced it yet? Oh, wait, Energy doesn't play Rogue. That's what I said. I said Energy versus Rogue. Energy are going to beat Rogue. Ghosts are going to beat... Yeah, it's a replay. Energy are going to beat Rogue. Ghosts are going to beat FlyQuest. And then after that is when we'll have Rogue beat FlyQuest. And I think if Energy beat Ghost, Rogue will then beat Ghost. But if Ghost beat Energy, Energy will beat Rogue. So it's either going to be Rogue and Energy or Ghost and Energy making LAN. Either Ghost is first seed, or, you know, either Ghost coming out of those playoffs with 2 wins and no losses, and Energy behind them with 2 wins and 1 loss, or it'll be Energy with 2 wins and no losses, and Rogue with 2 wins and 1 loss.
Johnny, can I ask a small favor? Can
Wait,
you
it's
make
single
your Steam
limb?
private
Are you
for
serious?
everyone except for friends? It makes me sad. Love your nose less than 3.
King Spectre, I'll think about that. I can't remember what. There was a reason why I made it private, but I can't remember what it was. But I'll think about that. Thanks for the 250 chairs, though. As always, very much appreciated. What? Why is it single limb? I was fully under the impression that it was going to be double limb, because double limb is so much better for that. So it's just going to be NRG versus Rogue for a LAN spot. Oh, that sucks. I was really hoping both of them would make it, honestly. Wow, so Ghosts are pretty much 100% in then. Wow. That's lame. So yeah, it's just going to be NRG and it's just going to be NRG and Ghost then. I don't think Rogue have much of a chance against NRG. I think Rogue had a decent chance if they played Ghost. Because Ghost don't deal as well with Rogue's passes as NRG do. NRG just dismantle Rogue's passing play. They just intercept it very, very well. But yeah, we're just going to let this roll through. Jaywiz says he can't defend the dribble. I mean, Jaywiz, you were actually you were throwing in some really good fake challenges in the midfield. I think you had game 1 in the bag if you just, you know, manned up. This is also a misplay. Flipping here was a big misplay because now, like, I'm going to actually pause this. If you imagine Jaywiz didn't dodge this early, this is a big misplay by Jaywiz. I'm sure he already knows this, but he needs to just not dodge away, because look where the ball is. Is a shot imminent? No. There's no way First Killer can even reach the ball right now. He's probably got 20-ish boost. We could check, in fact. He's got 12. But Jaywiz can assume he might have got 30. He could have maybe 30 at the most. Jaywiz maybe could consider that. But even if he does have 30, he's not reaching that ball in any hurry. And if he did fly up this high to hit the ball, the shot's going to be really, really poo. So Jaywiz did not need to dodge this early. But by dodging this early, that then lets First Killer wait longer for the ball to drop lower. If we imagine if Jaywiz didn't dodge away and he just stuck around, he just drove back to goal, his car would be further away from the goal than it is right now, but he would be putting more pressure on the ball. Right now there's zero pressure on the ball from Jaywiz because he's dodged away. That dodge is not going to stop till his wheels hit the ground, and there they go, his wheels hit the ground. Look how far away he is from the ball. Zero ball pressure. So First Killer can just let the ball drop all the way down into a position where he can now jump once and use his second jump to shoot the ball hard. So Jaywiz needed to stay close enough to the ball to at least force First Killer to jump for this shot earlier. And he could do that by threatening to go for it himself. Like here, he could have driven, instead of dodging, he could have just driven a little bit more to the right, picked up that boost, faked that he would go for it just by turning ever so slightly. That would have forced First Killer to go up, because First Killer knows in that position, that he's winning the race to the ball. But Jaywiz knows that, First Killer knows that, doesn't actually go for the ball, makes a beeline for the goal, intercept the inevitably weaker shot. So that was the correct play here. I tried to explain it during the game, but I didn't do very well. Happens a lot. Happens a lot. Going like dodging back to goal. You only dodge back to goal if you think the shot is imminent. The shot was not yet imminent. It was going to be coming, but at that point it wasn't. But these shots at the end of the game were just brutal from First Killer. Thanks Solar PvP for the 13 months. 1,313. Welcome back, buddy. Sideberg, thanks for the Prime sub as well. I appreciate that. Appreciate the Prime sub. Welcome. Wish I'd cast for RLCS. You know a lot more than them casters. They're probably better at American geography though, so there's that. And like NFL teams, baseball rules. I'm probably not gonna win that debate either. So yeah, I don't have it all. What did I think of RLCS? Well, you're gonna have to be more specific. Is it safe to eat bananas that are over 2 weeks old? And now we're getting into the real questions. Where has it been for 2 weeks? Has it been in the bin? Has it been in the fridge? Where has the banana been? That is the question. Alright, maybe we'll get another